guys, and welcome back to the channel Platinum Bricks 95, and we're back again, but not actually with a Lego video. So then guys, as you all know, and people that watch the channel on a regular basis, you all know I'm a massive Lego collector, more specifically a massive Lego Marvel collector. Like, that's my jam, that's what I like to collect. However, Lego is the main thing that I collect, but if I'm being honest, I didn't start properly collecting it till around 2014, 2015 maybe. So before that, there was something else that I really liked to collect. And guys, as you can probably tell from the title and thumbnail, those things are trading cards. That's right, okay? Over the years, and I mean since about 2007, to 2008 maybe, that's when I really started getting into collecting trading cards. Now, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but when I was a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards were huge, okay? This is before Pokemon Go, before everyone really got into Pokemon. They were massive when I was a kid, so obviously I wanted to collect those. However guys, I never actually really got into collecting Pokemon cards. Like, I have some here that I'm going to show you, but genuinely, it wasn't like a big thing. I much preferred the Pokemon games, so I sort of stayed away from the trading cards and really heavily focused on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. However guys, there is another twist to the tale, because there's another thing that I'm incredibly passionate about, regardless of the fact that I am incredibly passionate about Lego. Like, don't get me wrong, Lego is my shtick, yeah? I love Lego. Lego is the best. I'm never going to go away from that. However, the other thing that I'm incredibly passionate about is football, or for you Americans, soccer. So, in the 2007-2008 season, that is when I avidly started collecting match Attax, and yeah, I've got loads of them. However, today I figured I've waffled for ages, I've just realised, so I'm going to take you through all of the trading cards that I own and what I'm planning on doing with them. So then guys, I'm going to do my best to show you them all, as also there's two shoe boxes here that I've got to go through. But essentially, here are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, I got really completionist with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I didn't get close to getting all of them at all. But what I like to do was write down all of the decks and mark off the cards that I actually got. But as you can see, it was a very, very long task, and I sort of lost interest in it. However guys, like I did say, I absolutely loved Pokemon, as you can see, and we will show you these in a minute. However, when it comes to the cards, I much preferred Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why. I do know why, because I actually know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I have no idea how you play Pokemon. Well, the trading card version anyway. But when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, I got absolutely obsessed, as you can see, and what I tried to do was sort of put them all in order in folders. As you can see here, I went completely over the top, marking everything out, and this, that, and the other. So yeah, a hell of a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and here's where I stored all the ones I hadn't sorted out. As you can see here, you just end up with loads of them. Now guys, if I'm being completely candid with you, there is a massive downside to my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, or my Yu-Gi-Oh trading card collection, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh cards are not worth a lot of money. And what I'm planning on doing with all of these cards that you're going to see in the video today is selling them on eBay, because I'll be honest, when it comes to Lego, it's such an expensive hobby. Now, don't get me wrong, I love collecting Lego, and I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. And I've got the means to buy it, so I'm planning on buying it as much as I can, you know. I'm trying to get every single Lego Marvel set that's ever come out. So we'll have to see how that goes. However, to fund that, I figured, well, why am I keeping hold of thousands and thousands of trading cards that I'm never, ever going to use? And I thought, you know what? Time to sell them on eBay. So guys, just before we move on to sort of Pokemon and football cards and all of that, I'll just give you an idea of how many Yu-Gi-Oh cards I actually do have. Like, this is a folder that hadn't been sorted out, and you can just see it's basically never-ending amounts of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and it just goes on and on. There's that folder, then we've got this one here, which again is a similar situation. None of these were sorted out, and you can just see there's an endless amount of them, and yeah, I just never got around to sorting these out. And again, same here. These all need sorting out and finding out what's expensive and what isn't. However, in general, there's no expensive common Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which is a shame, because if there was, I'm pretty sure I'd at least have one version of one of them. But I've looked through these and there's not much value in them. And again, here you can just see this is one of the ones that I did sort out, which is why there's so many spaces. But yeah, there's not too much value to be had in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then here as well, I've got, you know, you can just see it's just never ending. So yeah, guys, I will go through them and list them on eBay, but there's not much value when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So guys, now on to the one that you probably want to see, which is my Pokemon cards. This folder itself, my friend actually got this for me. So the builder that's working on my house right now, tune into the weekly vlog to find out all about that coming out on Sunday. Genuinely, this he got me this for free off someone. And basically, I went through it and I sold all the rare ones. And basically, I had a Charizard in here that was worth like 60 quid. And it looked like it had been through a washing machine. It was terrible. So I went through all of these. Like, a lot of these are listed on eBay, but you'll see that in this folder here. And basically, I've got a bunch of commons here that I'm going to try and get rid of for a set price. And you can just see here, there's a load of common ones. There's a load of this. And then we move on to the energies, which... yeah, I've got a lot of these. However, this folder itself is worth about 30 quid. And these are, in here, we do actually have 4 promotional cards. And I'm pretty sure they're worth some money as well. So there's actually money to be had in these Pokemon cards. Right, guys, as you can probably tell by the title of this folder, these are all the things that are listed on eBay here. Now, I'll give you an idea. So, because none of these cards are actually worth any money, the thing I do is charge people for the postage, just how much the stamp costs. I do charge for that because, you know, otherwise I don't really make any money. And then I list all of these cards at 99p on bid, which is the minimum amount you can list an item on eBay for anyway. So yeah, all of these Pokemon cards are on my eBay right now for 99p. So if you're looking for these, I guess go and check them out. But yeah, I don't know if they're worth anything. I've sort of got this app which tells me if they're worth anything, and I don't think a lot of these are worth anything. However, they are all listed on eBay, like I did say. And yeah, hoping that some of these are sell. This is the second week I've done this, and a few did sell off the front, but these are... well, I'll be honest, they're a much harder sell for some reason. Well, because they're not very rare and they're very common, I guess. So yeah, you can see all the Pokemon cards I've got listed here. And then we move on to the match attacks. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been collecting match attacks this year as well. Because like I said, I love to collect trading cards. I get a real kick out of it. However, I decided that it's just not worth the money I paid for it, okay? It really isn't. So what you're seeing here is all different match attacks throughout the years. So these are match attacks. This is a World Cup 2010 card. And then up here, we've got this year's match attacks as well. Black Edge Messi. This card's worth about 30 quid. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, these are all this year's match attacks. Then we move over here. And these are some more cards that I've just listed to see how they go. And then we've got a World Cup card here. Ronaldo from 2014. And then these are all 2010 World Cup Adrenaline XL cards. And yeah, hopefully they sell for a bit of money, and I do have Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord, listed on eBay as well. So then, guys, basically what I've got in this folder is everything you can see listed on here. And it's basically all the shiny and rare cards that are worth some money. So these are Adrenaline XL World Cup 2010 cards that we've all got listed here. These are actually worth some money, so that's quite good. There we've got a Match Attax 2014 World Cup card, and there's a few more of them in here as well. So these are all Adrenaline XL. Then we move on to, I think these are Euro 2016 cards, which I didn't actually collect a lot of. Then back onto the Match Attax World Cup cards from 2014 as well. And you can see here, basically, I've got all the shinies and limited editions and star players. They're all going to be listed. Then a Match Attax season that I did not collect a lot of, but I've got a few rare cards, so I want to sell them. Then on to one that I actually did, which I can't remember what the season is, but there's a hell of a lot of cards here. Now, I'm going to go through these and pick out the ones that are worth some money, and I'm still going to list all of these eventually because, well, for you that don't know and from you that are in America, number one, if you don't watch football and you're from the UK, it's incredibly tribal, and I want to stress that to you Americans because genuinely I think you guys are quite like friendly when it comes to team sports. In England we're not, okay? We all hate each other. Every club hates each other, and I really like that aspect of football. It really is appealing to me, like I said. But yeah, I understand that some of you might not get that. So people actually are like avidly devoted to their team. And I do think that some people will pick up these cards. Again, moving on, more Match Attax cards, not necessarily from this year, but from a season gone by. But I did collect a few of these. Now, we've got some more here from a season that I didn't really collect a lot of. Like every year, I buy a few Match Attax, okay? You're just going to have to get on board with that. So these here, these are a Match Attax season. I believe it's 18-19, if not 19-20. And my gosh, I've got a lot of these, as you can see here. Basically, you can tell by the back styles, which are, you know, they change every season. And that sort of gives you a clue as to what season it actually is. And as you can see here, I collected a hell of a lot of these. Yeah, there's loads of them here. And I am going to shift them all eventually, hopefully, anyway. And we'll see how it goes. Right, let's get through some of these Match Attax now. And yeah, guys, I don't list them because I want the cards to be in good quality. And luckily, like you can see here and over here, there's a fair amount of... I've got a lot of these folders, so I don't actually have to put them back to back, which always damages the cards anyway, and I don't like doing that. Right, moving on to my favourite TV show of all time before they, well, the three of them left and went to the Grand Tour. We actually have Turbo Attax, not the F1 cards, but the Top Gear cards, and these are all the rare versions of those. And again, these will all be listed on eBay. Now, these are sort of extra cards, as you can see here. There's a 2010 card there. But then we move on to Hero Attax, the very first version of these. Now, most of these cards are based on the TV shows Avengers Assemble, The Ultimate Spider-Man, and Hulk Agents of Smash, as you can see here. Ultimate Spider-Man, Hulk Agents of Smash, and if I flip this over, Avengers Assemble. So yeah, all of my rare cards are listed in here. I don't know if these are worth any money, but I'm going to try and flip them anyway. And then, yeah, so we got a lot of those. Now, we move on to the Genesis. I like to call this the Genesis because this is where I started collecting trading cards, okay, guys? These are the shiny special cards from, I want to say, oh yeah, the 07-08 season, when Cesc Fabregas, for you who knows him, still played for Arsenal. That's how old these cards are. And we move on here, and you can just see I've got loads of these. Back then, there was only Man of the Match and Star Player and a couple of limited editions. So yeah, it was actually really hard to get rare cards. And as you can see here, there's just loads of them. We got the very first 101 Steven Gerrard, even though I don't like Liverpool because I'm a tribal Man United fan. So yeah, all of these cards will be listed, as you can see, throughout the years. Super Frank, shame he's not a super manager. Yeah, I told you, tribal. Now we move on to the beasts. We got Wayne Rooney, Fernando, Owen Hargreaves, don't know how he got a Man of the Match card, but it is what it is. Giggsy. Yep, moving on. And we've actually got an original Man of the Match, Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously 100 attack because at this point he was the best player in the world. Oh, and we've got another one there. And yeah, basically these are all 07-08 cards, like I did say. So all of these at some point will be listed on eBay. Anyway, oh yeah, I'll just quickly show you the overflow as well. So these are all the other 2007, 2008 cards that were well, I had too many to fit in that folder. This is this season's Match Attax, and these are worth a fair few pennies. And I would advise this, like, these will sell because it's the current season, okay? I don't think they'll sell well when the next season starts, because a lot of people will have been collecting this and then they'll move on to trying to collect next seasons as well. But I'm going to try and flip as many of these as I can. But we'll just have to see how it goes. What I really do like about these is these heritage cards, because as you just saw, they look very similar to the ones that came out in 07 and 08. But these came out this year and I do like that. So yeah, lots of different cards, lots of cool stuff. Then we move on to basically Force Attacks, right? Now these Force Attacks, I bought these at a boot fair. I got 2 folders and they were both £2 each. So I paid £4 for all of these shiny cards that you can see here, plus all the commons in these boxes, which I will show you in a second. But yeah, there's not much money in these, if I'm being honest, but I do think I'll sell a few of them and at least recoup my money, because, yeah, why wouldn't I? So, yeah, those are all my shiny cards, and they will all be listed on eBay. Now, as for the commons, right, I'll just show you. Let me pull it over here. Right, this is the first box, and you can see everything's a mess. So, these are all the common cards. This is this year's Match Attax. We've got, these were called, I haven't even listed these or sorted these out. These are Top Gear Turbo Challenge cards. They're actually worth a few pretty pennies. And yeah, basically, over here, we've just got all of the other cards, all of the commons, all of the common Force Attacks there. And yeah, and all of those, basically, that wouldn't fit in the box you're about to see, which is all of my common Match Attax cards that I've collected over the years. And you can just see, I mean, it's stacked to the brim. I'm not going to go through them all, but you can just see there's so many of them there. So yeah, eventually, I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think I'll list all of these individually because they don't sell. And like I said, I showed you the listed folder, and basically I'm having a real tough time just selling common Pokemon cards. So I don't think these will sell that well. But as you can see, there's just a bunch of hero attacks here. There's Match Attax from all different years. There's World Cup cards. There's Force Attacks. Yeah, I've got a lot of trading cards, guys. All right then, guys. Well, those are all of my trading cards. Now, I do just want to say I am planning on selling all of these on eBay. I know it might not be a popular thing to say, but I do want to make money and reinvest it into Lego. And honestly, I'm thinking if I can sell a fair few of these, I could actually buy more and then flip them for a certain amount of money, you know? Like I said, I've probably spent, if I'm being completely honest, this year, I've probably spent about £100 on Match Attax cards, right? And I genuinely believe I'm going to recoup my money on that, just through Ronaldo cards and Messi cards, I think, because people seem to still be obsessed with Ronaldo and Messi, even though they're coming to the end of their careers. But I understand it. However, yeah, I will get my money back at least, and then I'm going to be left with so many common cards that no matter what, I can sell them and make a bit of profit. And that is genuinely what I'd like to do, sell all of these, reinvest them in new trading cards, and yeah, keep the cycle going, keep the money incoming. However, I know that eventually I'm either going to have to get into Magic the Gathering cards or Pokemon cards because, well, they seem to sell for the most amount of money. So yeah, guys, I know it's not popular for YouTubers to talk about money and eBay selling and stuff, but I do it, and, you know, I'll be honest with you, I paid for all these cards, and now I want to get my money back for them. Well, I didn't pay for this was just like... And the same person who gave me these, those Match Attax 07 and 08 cards, he gave me his entire collection of them as well, on top of my own collection. And then our other friend, who was on the school bus with us at the time, he also gave me his collection at the end of the season as well. So I got very lucky with those, and I will obviously flip them and make the money back. But yeah, guys, like I said, I just thought it'd be cool to show you another one of my hobbies, because genuinely I do love trading cards. I especially love Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's not a lot of money in it, which is a bit of a downside if I'm being honest with you guys. Alright then guys, well there you have it. That is my entire trading card collection. I do just want to ask you if you would not mind liking the video, as it really helps me out here on the channel, and also helps me get on the YouTube algorithm. Not that I know how it works, I don't think anyone does. But yeah, it does really help me out. Also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe click the subscribe button. But if you don't want to, I do totally understand. Alright then guys, well there you have it. That is the end of the video. All that's left to say is thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all your support and sort of viewing and everything you do for the channel, guys. I really do just want to give you a big shout out and say thank you so much. And yeah guys, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.